So let us study about the p-type semiconductor. So if you add, see here I am showing all the silicon atom. One of the silicon atom is replaced by boron. Silicon will have 4 valence electrons, whereas boron will have 3 valence electrons. So this boron is attached to 3 silicon atoms. So one of the silicon atom is free. So one of the silicon atom, this boron atom, all the 3 are bonded. So for one of the silicon, one electron is not bonded. So this an electron vacancy have created an electron vacancy, nothing but a hole is created. So when I doped a third group element such as boron in a silicon matrix, so I replaced one boron in place of silicon and I got a hole. If I replace 2 silicon atoms, I will get 2 electron vacancy, that is 2 holes. So the excess holes are forming by adding substitution impurities that have few valence electrons than the per atom than the matrix. If you take silicon, there are 4 valence electrons, whereas in boron you have 3 valence electrons. By adding a material, by adding an atom which has less valence electrons, you are creating a hole. So a bond with the neighbor is incomplete. A hole is weakly bonded to the impurity atoms, and the impurities are called as acceptors. See, in case of n-type semiconductors, your phosphorus is called as a donor. In case of your p-type semiconductor, your boron, your third group elements are called as acceptors. Now let us see how it looks like. So here I am showing earlier I took silicon and boron as example. Here I am showing an example of germanium. In place of one germanium, I am replaced indium here. I replaced germanium with indium here. So when I replaced germanium with indium, I got a hole. This plus symbol is indicating a hole. So, and this is how the energy levels of a p-type semiconductor will looks like. So this is my valency band and this is the conduction band, and the upper energy level of the valence band is called as EV and lower energy level of conduction band is called as EC. And you are adding an acceptor level, an electron, the holes are forming the acceptor level which is given by EA. Now generally when you increase the temperature for an intrinsic semiconductor, an electron in the valency band will get promoted to the conduction band. Whereas in p-type semiconductor, the electrons are getting promoted to the acceptor level. So when you increase the temperature here, electrons are getting promoted, so holes are forming in the valency band. So there is no electron in the conduction band, but you are forming holes in the valency band. So new holes are forming in the valency band. So in case of an intrinsic p-type semiconductor, holes will be more, and the hole concentration is given by NH is equal to Na. Na is the number of acceptor impurities per atom per meter cube, and exponential of EV minus EA. What is EV? Energy level of valency band, upper energy level of the valency band. What is EA? Energy level of the acceptor, energy level of the acceptor. Okay, acceptor energy levels. Okay, so when you increase the temperature, what is happening? The electrons from the valency band are getting promoted to the acceptor level, so new holes are forming. So even if you give very less temperature or even if you give very less energy, the electrons can be easily get promoted to the acceptor level, so you will get easily holes in the valency band. So you will get a very high conductivity compared to intrinsic semiconductor because the energy gap is very less. And in case of an p-type semiconductor, your Fermi energy level, see actually this is your valence band and this is your conduction band, and this is the Fermi energy level for an intrinsic semiconductor. But for a p-type semiconductor, your Fermi energy level lies between valency band and acceptor energy level. See, this is my acceptor energy level and this is my valency band. Okay, for an intrinsic semiconductor, your Fermi energy level lies between EV and EC. For a p-type semiconductor, your Fermi energy level lies between EV and EA, exactly between EV and EA. Now, if you increase the temperature, so if I add as you increase, so similar to your p-type n-type semiconductor, as you increase the temperature, more electrons will get promoted to the valency band to the acceptor level. If all the acceptor levels are filled, so there will be no more electrons to be filled in the acceptor level, so automatically the electrons in the valency band has to get promoted to the conduction band. So your p-type semiconductor is becoming like an intrinsic semiconductor as you increase the temperature, and this graph is indicating here. You can see that 10 power 21 atom cube is reached very quickly with respect to the temperature. 10 power 21 atom cube is reached Fermi energy level at a higher at lower temperature, whereas see, as the 10 power 21 atoms per meter cube and 10 power 24 atoms per meter cube. So these two are representing different concentration of acceptor impurities in your p-type semiconductor. If the acceptor impurity level is low, then your Fermi energy level, earlier your Fermi energy level is here, but now the Fermi, as you increase the temperature, as more electrons are getting promoted to the acceptor level, as the acceptor levels are completely filled, your extrinsic semiconductor is becoming intrinsic. So your 10 power 20, your Fermi energy level is shifting from this point to this point. That is what is indicating here. And this is quicker for lower amount of, when the number of impurities are low, the Fermi energy level will quickly shift to the intrinsic semiconductor Fermi energy level. When the impurities are more, it will slowly shift to the Fermi energy level. So this is what about p-type semiconductor. So what we learnt in p-type semiconductor is, so in p-type semiconductor, if I dope a third group element which has a less valency electrons than silicon or germanium, then you will get a p-type semiconductor. In a p-type semiconductor, a hole is forming because 3 valence electrons are getting bonded and other one vacancy, you are getting an electron vacancy which is hole, and the band structure of a p-type semiconductor will look like this. The impurity atoms you are adding will add an acceptor level. Okay, so when you increase the temperature, the electrons in the valency band are going to the acceptor level and holes are forming in the valency band. And this is the whole concentration. You can see that the whole concentration mainly depends upon the energy difference between the valency band and the acceptor level. And you can see, as you increase the temperature, what is happening, the Fermi energy level of your p-type semiconductor is shifting towards the Fermi level of intrinsic semiconductor, that is pure semiconductor. And this is quicker when your number of atoms, number of impurity atoms are less, and this will be the shifting of the Fermi energy level to the Fermi energy level of intrinsic semiconductor will be slow when you have more number of atoms when you have more number of impurity atoms. With this we have completed classification of solids, intrinsic semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductors. In extrinsic semiconductor we have studied how the Fermi energy level looks like, and we have studied how the Fermi energy level changes with respect to temperature for an intrinsic semiconductor, for a p-type semiconductor, and also for an n-type semiconductor.